Let's start with a Pledge of Allegiance with a moment of silence, please. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. How about a roll call?
Terry Reed. Here. Bill Niemeyer.
Here.
Chad Melinda.
Here.
Brian Hartley.
Here.
Ethan Maple.
Here. Thank you very much. Moving on to our claims, we are looking for approval of APVs number 28384 through 28445.
Make a motion to approve APVs 28384 through 28445 as presented in our backup materials.
Second?
Thank you, Chad and Bill. Any conversation, questions, curiosities? None. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Wonderful. Looking at our minutes, to adopt our minutes from our council meeting on October 15th.
I'll make a motion to adopt the town council minutes for October 15th, 2025.
I'll second.
Thank you, Ryan and Terry. Any adjustments or changes to those minutes that you guys noticed? All those in favor to approve and adopt those minutes, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Well done. We do have room for public comments on 3 minutes on anything on our agenda, just giving community an opportunity to speak into agenda items before we take action or listen to them from a council perspective. So if anybody has something to say related to agenda items, this is your time for public. No public wanting to comment. Also, nothing in old business, which moves on to new business. And the first item is our 2026 employee health insurance plan. Yvonne, are you giving us a summary of that?
A brief one, yes.
As you pull out 600 pages.
So every year around this time, we have to decide next year's health insurance plan. We are currently with Anthem. In your information packet, you have 2 papers that kind of look like this. The first block you see is what we currently have. The second one is a proposed plan. And so each one of these shows the current and a different proposed plan. Me say that personally, I'm a big fan of keeping everything as consistent as possible in this regard, mainly because it's difficult to choose different doctors, especially for, if you have some more complex medical issues. We all know we have one employee that has a especially complex medical family member, so even more reason for us to keep it as consistent as possible. However, there are more options than what you're looking at. So that said, what you're looking at here is Anthem policies for next year that the first paper to look at, and there's an auto renewal HSA wording in a highlighted line that says 8VM9, which is very small. It's actually the piece of paper that has an additional column. That's probably makes it easier to recognize. That plan is as close as what we have as we could get. So the deductible goes up slightly by $200 for the family, by $100 for a single insured employee, and the out-of-pocket is nearly the same. The cost increase by going to that plan would be 8.62%, which is less than we budgeted. We budgeted a 10% increase. That second plan, the one that doesn't have that extra column, that is a plan in the second box that is called 8VLP, and that increases the out-of-pocket monies, the deductibles, to a quite a bit higher amount, but that would leave us with an increase of a negative, actually, a decrease of almost 1%.
Yvonne, can I ask, what is your recommendation?
To keep it as consistent as possible and go with the one that increases the rate by 8.62%.
And that's the 8VM9?
Yes. Now, just so you're aware, we could go and get quotes from different health organizations. There's also Indiana Health Trust or something. I don't know. Am I saying that right, Jen?
It's Trust Indiana.
Trust Indiana. Is that the health thing? We may have the wording wrong. There's an Indiana. A medical
Yes.
trust, that's what we're looking for. So the A medical trust exists, that is where municipalities basically get together and kind of have created their own insurance. I've not looked into it, but it seems popular. I do not know how rates would compare. I also don't know what that would mean for choosing your physicians and, other medical services. There's other options as well if you'd like for me to look at more things. This is where I started because of the consistency.
I think that you did entertain some other companies, was it the end of last year or earlier this year?
Last year.
Last year,
Last
because
year.
you can only do this in
Window.
a real short period of time at the end of the year.
And we came back to this. So
We did.
I'd like to make a motion that we approve the health insurance plan 8VM9 as presented in our backup materials for 2026.
I'll second that.
Any further conversations or questions?
8VM9 is the, what's the total cost for, so I've got the right one in front of me.
Total
20.
cost in that highlighted box is $20,359.56.
It's on page 47, Jeff.
Page 47.
All the print in this is pretty small, but this is
Okay.
all I got.
Yeah, it's
get
I'm looking
to
at the same one. Sorry, they look the same, so I was trying to make sure. This one, the cost to the town of New Palestine is increased $1,460.64, but the deductible for families is $1,200 lower, and their out of pocket maximum is $4,000 lower. I think that's a very sound judgment to make for the employees of the town. So I agree and think it's a smart decision.
Yeah.
Should anybody want more information, there's lots of other Anthem plans.
Yeah, I read
to choose
it. They're
from as well.
super fun reads.
Not
It's
me.
under the 10%
That we budget.
Correct.
Now,
Which is, quite frankly, it's happening everywhere.
estimated.
Yeah, and if we have to
and
find
the
a
amount
place,
might change depending on who joins this year or who says, I want to add my spouse or not add my spouse. So there's, plenty of fluctuation
but
possible.
in the big picture, if we have to find a place in the budget to cut costs and save money, this is not the item.
It's a pretty important part to keep your employees happy, healthy, and, employed with you rather than elsewhere.
I agree. So Bill made the motion for Plan 8VM9, and Terry seconded that. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? That is approved. Thank you, Yvonne, for
Thank you. Appreciate you.
working on getting that done. We have a couple donations to approve. One from Hancock Health for AED purchase, and another one from our golf outing. So do we have to take those individually? Or can we accept them on one?
I think you can approve
Motion.
them as one unless Zach thinks it's differently.
I'll
Okay.
make a motion to accept the donations from the FOP and Hancock Health.
For the record, for those of you out there, it's $1,000 from Hancock Health and $360 from the FOP. So Chad made that motion to accept,
I'll second.
and Ryan to seconded it. Any other conversations?
Appreciate Hancock Health.
Yep.
Obviously,
Yes.
good
Thank
partners.
you.
We're going to talk to a portion of that later, but appreciate them and everybody who's helped to fund our K9 fundraiser.
I want to echo those comments as well. Thank you, Hancock Health. Thank you, FOP. Appreciate the working with the town.
Absolutely. All those in favor of approving those donations, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? That passes. All right. Third time's a charm.
Thank you, Mr. President, members of the council. Brian Bosma with the law firm of Kroger, Gardis, and Regas. Serve as the chairman of the municipal practice group, and it's a pleasure to be with you. And I didn't say earlier that we enjoy working with you all the way around. So Mr. Nicely does a great job for you. Just appreciate being part of the New Pal team. Back with new and improved Kroger allocation area plan. So most of you have seen this now, I think, but just to walk you through it one more time. These are your two most recent allocation areas and economic development areas. Everything east of the Leon Lane, here 31.3 acres, is currently in the Pekovic Economic Development Area and the Pekovic Allocation Area. We are removing, with the Pekovic team's approval, 6.5 acres from that economic development area and allocation area, and along with what is currently Leon Lane at 1.030 acres, moving both of those parcels into what we're calling the HRH economic development area. You've heard it's really designated parcels, but we're calling it HRH now for some clarity, making about a 13.5, that's about 31 total acres for that economic development area. That economic development area will consist of two allocation areas, one consisting of these two parcels, and the other, which will continue to be named the HRH allocation area, and the second one being a 13.5 acre approximate Kroger allocation area within the HRH economic development area. As you've heard, the increment that is planned from the improvements to this property, if Kroger moves in, will facilitate a $1.5 million economic development, taxable economic development bond issue, which will be sold to Hancock Regional Hospital. The proceeds will be loaned after cost of issuance will be loaned to Hancock Regional, and they will prepare the Kroger project site for Kroger to move in. The improvements that will be funded by the bond will include the demolition and vacation of the current Leon Lane, creation of a new street, north of which will be the Kroger Fuel Center, extension of water mains and sewer improvements. Traffic light at 52 is planned at this point, but also signage and lighting on this site, including site preparation, drainage, and other available items. The street extension will also occur here. You can kind of see it's not very clear, but you can see the footprint of the Kroger store, parking, and I understand this is planned to be a child care center on this side of the street. So in addition to funding the Series 2025 bonds, there will be a portion of the increment after the town receives its 25% of any increment collected from this allocation area can be added to the payment schedule for the 2020 bonds, which are also HRH owned. So happy to answer your questions. You've heard it a couple of times, so you may have thought of something since the last discussion. As you know, Mr. Gibson was instrumental in putting this together, this new plan together for the Kroger site, and we really appreciate his help.
Thank you. Harold, are you planning on both 600, and I know the sign on 52, but are you doing the same upgrades to your signage with the gas prices and everything on 600 as well as 52, or is it just going to be on 52?
It would be the plan to do both of them.
Okay.
Kroger's asked for that, and we also would be bringing in the Potomac apartment complex naming identification to that sign as well. And that would be part of our UDP amendment that we're looking to file, assuming everything continues to go well. And we appreciate the partnership we have for a long time. And we love being here, love being in the town. Happy to be a partner in all ways, and we want to make the community as good as it can be. Kroger has been amenable to looking at the new site. Frankly, I'd be amiss if I didn't tell you your building commissioner is the one who really encouraged me to submit this plan to Kroger. So hats off to him. I know Brian gave me a lot of credit, but that's not where it's deserved. So I think everybody's been flexible to make it work. It's a tough sell to make it work. You know, we had to terminate the last deal. Kroger sent us a termination because, quite frankly, the numbers just didn't come together. Maybe our eyes were bigger than our stomach, so to speak. But we're happy to be where we're at. I think this is a better plan. I think it's a win-win-win. Town's going to end up getting a little more money off the tax increment sooner. It actually will help us have a better chance of getting our first bond back, because by the old plan, we were probably going to fall pretty short. The fuel center and the parking lot just isn't a big AV. But the way this is set up, this will help. So appreciate that. But yes, I think I did answer your question in the beginning. I didn't, so.
Yes.
But thank you very, very much, and we appreciate your support. Kroger's been very willing to continue the standards that they agreed to for the other acreage, that just building it here. So we're also looking to keep the quality up.
We're excited. I'm excited. I'm excited because I love seeing the new the plan, and seeing that being developed is exciting for the town, and will bring a lot of great things. So thank you all for your work in that.
Yeah, one
Yes.
item on the schedule. So presuming your approval of the declaratory resolution that was adopted by the RDC tonight, we'll publish notice of 2 hearings. We'll work with Jared to give notice to the underlying taxing units of two public hearings on December 3rd, 5 o'clock. The Economic Development Commission will meet to approve the bond documents and for the council's consideration. That's at 5 o'clock. 6 o'clock, the RDC will hold a public hearing on their confirmatory resolution for the declaratory resolution, and then the bond documents will come to the council at 7 o'clock, and your action will be not to hold a public hearing, but to approve them if you so choose.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thanks.
I'd like to make a motion to approve Resolution 110525B as presented in our backup materials and based on the information that's been presented this evening.
I'll second that.
Thank you, Bill and Terry. Any other conversations or curiosities from the council?
It's a win for everybody.
I just, once again, for the record, suggest that Kroger always keep the promotion that if you buy a rotisserie chicken or a box of 8 pieces of chicken with your Kroger card, you can then get a free 6-pack of Pepsi Minis. The best promotion that Kroger has.
Can we make him a sign so he doesn't have to go through the things?
He is driving it home.
Oh, man.
Are you going to include that in your motion?
Nope,
Oh,
not
okay,
included.
I
That's
didn't
just-
know.
We're in discussion. That was just a
Petitioning.
discussion item.
Okay. Then if there's no other discussion items, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? All right, that passes. Thank you all very much. Appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Thank you all for your time this evening.
Thank you.
Couple things in our council conversations, just an opportunity for us to have
Thank you.
some discussion about a few things. One of them is kind of looking at the crosswalk we have over there at 52. I've had some conversations with Steve. I had some conversations with Chief. Kind of came out of conversations I've had with some parents, concerned parents, one of which is my wife. Just recognizing that the crosswalk on 52, especially on the north side of that, is very dark. And every day there is traffic that does not stop for the kids. And wanting to kind of continue to look for solutions to that, whether it's added lighting on the north side, increased police presence, which they're there, and sometimes if they're flashing their lights, people are looking at that, not the kids crossing. So I'm open to some ideas. I think it's one of the issues that we need to solve, especially since the time change helped a little bit, but the kids are crossing at night and that north side's dark. I'd rather us, if you remember, that crosswalk is a result of an accident, and I'd rather not have to do something as a result of an accident again, but be more proactive in that process.
And Ethan, I'll ask a question because my kids are older and I haven't specifically paid attention, but at that crosswalk, are there currently, if you push a button, lights that flash?
There are.
Okay.
There are. And my understanding is, and I talked to Chief a little bit and Steve a little bit about this, one of the issues is, number one, the traffic doesn't legally have to stop. We would certainly like them to stop, but they don't have to stop. And certainly they're not going to stop until, a kid has started. We have some kids that push the button and run out. Not a good decision. But Chief has indicated, and he showed me a couple pictures and videos from a morning, that north side where all of the morning traffic is coming from, the walking traffic, is dark and you can't see it. A kid step into the road, until they're a little bit into the road, and that's a little extra dangerous. So the flashing lights are there, but there's no overhead light to notice that some kid is there.
And during those time zones, the speed limit is definitely 20 miles an hour, although, it doesn't matter how much police presence you have, you can't have everybody. There are many people, they don't care about they're just so much in a hurry. They don't care that it's a school zone and 20-mile-an-hour speed limit. So, whatever we can do that would help the crosswalk, certainly open for any suggestions.
I like those signs where it tells you your speed and then it says thank you when you do lower your speed to where it's supposed to be.
I've never seen thank you.
That doesn't surprise me.
You just told everybody to slow down.
I've never seen thank you.
Yeah, I know, bad time.
Yeah.
Steve, I'm sure those are expensive. I'm sure putting a light up's expensive. What would you suggest? Do you have anything?
I did, and granted, I was just finishing up community crossings when Ethan and I had this conversation, and I took a cursory look at it. I called a person I know over at NDOT, Neil Marcus. He's a permits manager, and they're happy to let us move forward with it if the town funds it. So they're happy to issue a permit. And really, it depends on what the town and council wants there. Do we want another light to match the decorative lights that we have along Main Street now? And if so, and I'm gonna have Jim maybe look into or give Tech Light a call, or I'll give Tech Light a call, or whatever. The big problem then would be getting electric on that side of the street, because we'd have to either do a bore under 52, or there's a pole on the east side of Depot there, and they'd have to put a new service there, and then we'd have to bore under Depot to get to that section. So call Tech Light up and see if they have anything similar to the decorative street lighting that we have, only solar powered. So we take electricity out of it.
Is it possible to just add a light to the flashers above it, just so we have a solar power, or even tap into the electric that the flashers are used on, just to have kind of a dusk to dawn type coming down off of that, so that it illuminates the crosswalk?
I do not know if they have like an attachment. You would definitely want something quite a bit higher than that, so it's, putting out lumens onto that whole,
Right.
section of road and that side. So I don't know if a product like that exists, but it's something, we could look into a little bit more.
The other curiosity would just be the overhang of the trees because that could create some problems as well. It may be an initial solution just to not have it as dark there and let more light come in.
We can trim those trees, if they're hanging over into right of way, that's no problem. But if we stay on the section of grass between US 52 and the sidewalk, then we're on NDOT's right of way. We go through NDOT with a permit. If we start going into this guy's yard, then we're talking about, maybe some right of way acquisition and
Well, I think
things
part of
like
the,
that. So
you're kind of answering your own question there. If it's dark out, I don't think trimming the trees is going to help.
Well, it doesn't, but the trees
They're
certainly
light.
stop other light from coming into that area. The other light that exists there.
Yeah.
I would say one other thing that maybe maybe even the school needs to be made aware of, that in Indiana, the codes are, and that can back me up on this, but I'm pretty sure that Indiana is a pedestrian yield to traffic, not a traffic yield to pedestrian state. And I've seen a lot of the kids hit that light and go, where really they need to hit that light, look both ways, and then make sure it's clear and then go. But a lot of times they hit that light and think they're good to go, and everybody's going to stop where, they need to. And I've seen people stop and wave them where they just jump out there, and maybe the other lane's not on board with that. So
Who has responsibility for the current school zone flashers?
And
those.
we have to call them every year to turn the lights on and off. So
Yeah, and I just put a call into it. Matter of fact, I might, if they don't get it done, I'm gonna have you guys call them, because they seem to react a little quick when PD side does it. But I called their emergency number today and said, hey, time change, your lights are off an hour, so they need to be reset. And I don't know if it wasn't done today, so if it's not done tomorrow, I'm gonna have PD side give them a call.
Because one of the other aspects that I think may be helpful is if there's a way to put a signage that says crosswalk ahead, just because right now there's no crosswalk ahead, it's just you're there. If about that same place where those school zone lights are, if we could put some signage or figure out a way to communicate there's a crosswalk ahead. I think anything we can do, combination of suggestions, I'd feel much better of us being proactive than just waiting.
Well, and I think even something like that, NDOT would be happy to, or happy might be the wrong word, but I think something as simple as
Meaningful.
coming out and putting up a couple signs in their right of way, crosswalk ahead, would be something we could get done fairly soon.
Yeah.
Sooner than later.
And Ethan, we are having a meeting Friday with NDOT just to talk about things through town, and I'll make sure if you're not there, this crosswalk will be brought up for maybe the town could buy, some brighter lights there, because Morristown, they're very bright there. I mean, they flicker, they're just full-size lights. It's the little bar that goes in that.
what about if we bought
A sign before the crosswalk.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Ryan, there is a sign already?
what about a light on the Nichols building projecting
Something like that too. Yeah.
Like holograms of kids, so they just think they're gonna have to stop?
I like that too.
Yeah,
Yeah, so there is a crosswalk sign there,
right. in
on
front
the
of
east
Depot.
side of Depot. I will warn you that, over signing it, there's already a lot of signs going on 52. People ignore signs.
Right.
They get complacent to them.
Well, everybody here just had to think about if there was a sign there or not. So I think that answers your question.
Yeah, so
I
I
drive
will
that.
warn you that, I know we're trying to shoot all kinds of answers at this and resolve an issue that seems to be more driver related or human error. And that's the difficult thing.
But I do think it's a dark intersection.
It is dark.
Cross, so.
Yep. So we do have.
I like the
solar-
beam strobe light from the Nichols building.
We do have solar lights that we've been
not
installing around the county at intersections. And those are relatively easy. You could face the solar panel to the south. That would be actually a perfect location to do that. And the lumens on them are bright. There's one at 300 south and 200 west.
But for aesthetics, I would rather see one of our street lights and get electric to, for the long haul,
Yeah.
so.
Ryan, may I ask a question? What about these cool glow-in-the-dark rocks that you embed in the fancy trail that, can we make the sidewalk itself be more present?
Well, so the crossbars already have a reflectivity to them, and it's thermo. So you already get more reflectivity out of that thermo striping than you would those rocks. And the rocks would lose all the iridescent look when the headlights hit them anyway, I would think. So, but
Well, in that case, maybe repainting with a brighter paint, the stripes of the sidewalk itself. So it's the only sidewalk in a very long stretch. So people also don't know to expect that there is a sidewalk unless they're from here. Of course, they should know.
yeah, I think bringing it up to NDOT, getting their recommendations.
But at least start the conversation.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, Jim.
Yeah.
Also wanted to create space for any thoughts or comments related to kind of rebranding efforts. I know there's been lots of conversations and comments, and would like to again reiterate that, this is in process. So we're not finalized. We haven't finalized anything. There's still meetings, there's still conversations, there's still things going on. And so I know that when an article comes out, people think it's a done deal. The rebranding elements that we started are not a done deal. We're still working through that, but I didn't know if anybody wanted to offer any thoughts or conversations related to that at this point.
Tagline's better.
I want to encourage the public to come in and, rather than taking the social media and trying to input that way, come to a council meeting.
Yeah.
I think I love it when people get excited about things in our town. It might be worth something where we put a couple of the ones that we like, narrow it down, put it on the Facebook page and see what everybody likes. Like, let them vote on it, and then we can take direction from there. It's not like you got to pick the one that we vote from, but at least we'll get an idea of what people are leaning towards. Because here's the thing. You can show everybody each one of these and everybody's going to like what they like, right? We're not going to make everybody happy, but at least if we know, like, hey, this one got no votes, this one got 40, this one got 50, but the one with 50% of the votes is ugly, we don't like it, we're not doing it, right? It's not like completely up.
Well, Blue Sky is they're proposed to have a meeting on November 21st for the stakeholders to come back. And so I think after that, something like putting it on Facebook, I don't know.
Could you ask them to put a little red in it?
Oh, they did.
Okay. We like red.
Yeah, and as much as input that we did get on social media on that, reminding everybody that we are paying a company and working with them to go through this process. Take advantage of that.
Absolutely. I wanted to check with you guys. I'd like to have an executive session related to just some personnel conversations on the 19th before our meeting. Are you all available for a 6 o'clock executive session?
I am available.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Zach, you all can be there for that?
I can, at least. I'll check with Ted.
Okay.
His availability if you.
Yep.
We'll have somebody there.
We would like to have somebody there, and we can get the right, you're not available?
I will not be here.
Okay. Say that again, Jenny?
I will be here.
You'll be here? Okay.
So that's the 19th at 6.
19th at 6 o'clock.
I'm good with that.
Okay. We'll get you guys will get the notices to us so we can get those publicized. Any other things for our council conversations that you all would like to bring up? Legal updates?
Nothing to report this time.
Jim, what do you have?
I don't, short of the wastewater plant, Tuesday meeting, which I missed that, but they said that they were 51% complete,
Ooh.
9%, I think, on billing, so they're kind of hand in hand there. So.
Okay. Good.
And they're going to provide, Thieneman's going to provide like a time frame and some more detailed guidelines, and they project that they're on target time-wise.
Okay. That's good.
I was gonna bring in some drinks, but I'll do that next time.
Steve, do you have anything for us?
Nothing beside the fact that I kind of already touched on about the community crossings project. That's wrapped up now. They finished the striping day or two ago, striping and all the thermoplastic rumble strips and everything on 200 and then the arrows on 600 West. I think they did a pretty good job on it. The other project we have in town that I'm trying to get wrapped up for weather hits is the concrete project. They've started over in Cypress Creek, got one cul-de-sac finished up, and they're supposed to be back sometime this week. I touched base with him today, and he said he's going to be back over, but then they have that, and they have like 2 or 3 other subdivisions to hop over to too, so I don't want to see it get too much into December before this thing's wrapped up.
Yeah.
We've got a lot of positive comments on 500 West and 450.
Yeah. Positive comments, great.
Anything from the police department?
I wasn't given anything to pass on.
Okay.
Do you have anything to pass on? I do not. Okay.
Yvonne?
What am I supposed to talk about? I think we're good. I don't think we have anything. I will miss next meeting, and maybe even December the 3rd. I'm flying back in on December the 2nd, if all goes well. So I'm sorry I won't be here next week.
We'll miss you.
I don't have much else. Everything, we're moving along. Still massaging that salary ordinance. That has to be on the next agenda, I think.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I just wanted to point out that Bry was able to get that $1,000 from Hancock Health by filling out grant.
Wow.
Round of applause.
Yeah.
Well done.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Nice job.
Appreciate it.
So,
Thank you.
Okay. 5 minutes for public comments on any topic. If anybody has anything specific they would like to discuss. Nothing from public. Terry?
I was going to talk about the wastewater treatment plant improvements, but Jim already updated us on that. We attended AIM, and that was very informative, great networking, and that's all.
Okay. Chad?
Yeah, AIM was great. Learned quite a bit. Was good to spend some time with the group that went down there. And then excited about all the different things that we've got going on, from Kroger to the people, the employees of the town. Brad, thank you very much. I'm sure that to you didn't seem like a lot, but pretty huge impact. Little things like that can go a long way and start to build up over time. So thank you very much for doing that. That's all I got.
Brian?
I want to echo what Terry said and what Chad said.
Fantastic. Certainly want to wish the football team a good luck on their Friday sectional championship game, and congratulate the marching band on a wonderful season that they had this year. I'll be doing with Bill a council chat on Friday at Tony D's at 8 a.m. So we'll have another breakfast council chat this Friday. Bill, what do you have?
I want to echo everything that everybody else said and also encourage everybody to come 7 p.m. Friday night, Kelso Stadium, New Pal, #1 versus another school ranked #2. And I hope that Yvonne has air traffic controllers to facilitate her trip.
Me too. Thank you.
That's all I have.
Would you like to add in a motion to adjourn?
I will make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second.
All those in favor say aye.
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 Aye. Any opposed? We are adjourned.